Hey, this video was not all about how to install the quickset because I have so many of those on my YouTube channel already, but I did like the fact that I put the webbing tape up in there. That did not bubble at all. In fact, there was one up here that I did not have any tape on because the paper wasn't showing, and that even lifted from before, so I ended up cutting that out. I went the extra mile, put some more webbing tape up there on that one because that was missing, and it worked out just perfect. Okay, so I put some extra quickset in here, and I had to wait a little bit longer. That was 45-minute mud, but because the top paper of the sheetrock was ripped off, it took longer for that to dry. I thought, what's the deal? What's going on? That's because the backing paper got wet, saturated, and that let the actual quickset dry longer. Okay, so you got to watch that. I'm glad I used quickset on that. If I use general all-purpose joint compound, it'd take forever for that to dry, and I'd have to do one coat, let it dry all the way, you know, until the next day before I put the next coat and the next coat. So now I've got at least three little coats on here, maybe a little bit more in certain areas. Okay, with the quickset, and now I'm ready for the next step. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit longer. Okay, before I put the lightweight all-purpose joint compound. Hey, well, that lightweight, ultra lightweight worked out pretty good, and I've got one coat on here now. See, I got 2 to 3 coats of quickset on here, and then I put one coat of the lightweight joint compound, and now I'm gonna let that dry. And it's not so thick that it's not going to still dry today. Right now, what time is it? 4:39. And so before I go to bed, I'm coming back over here, 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. Now I'm going to put another tight skim over here. I'm going to knock off some of these ridges on here that I have, and then I'm going to do a tight skim, what it's called, and get this all nice. And then I'll let that dry overnight. And then I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to sand this nice and smooth like a baby's butt. And the trick is, when you sand, don't sand so much that you sand all your stuff off and you do too much. Too much sometimes is not a good thing, okay? So just be careful with that. This, like I said, was not a video on how to put all this stuff up. It's just giving you some different tips on what I do to get a good wall. And you know what? I'm an average Joe. If I can do it, you can do it.